morning. Good morning from Melbourne, Australia. Good evening to friends in North America, and hello to anyone watching on replay. My name is Nancy Hetker, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Melbourne, Australia. And today I have a sneak peek at some new offerings Stampin' Up! Is coming out with. They are called online exclusives. And starting this year, they are going to have, I believe it is 2 releases of new products that will be available only online, much the way our kits are available online. When do they go available for customers? I think the beginning of March. Which is why I was able to get them a month early as a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. If you are interested in being a demonstrator and learning about all the great perks of being a demonstrator, let me know, and I'm happy to share that with you. But first, let me show you what will be available in these online exclusives. At least this is a sneak peek, so I don't know everything that's going to be available, but I do know that this Hello Irresistible Suite collection will be available. Another naturally gilded designer series paper, and that's a foil paper, very shiny, and basic 3D embossing folders. It's a set of 3 of them, and classic letters stamp set. So let me show you what I have pre-ordered from this online exclusive set. I got the Hello Irresistible suite of products because I thought they were very, very pretty. So it comes with 6x6 designer series paper, and it's in Flirty Flamingo, Petal Pink, Daffodil Delight, and yes, that is the return of Pretty Peacock and Lost Lagoon. If you've been around, you might remember those names. And it also has soft sea foam and basic white in it. So very pretty. You can really see the Pretty Peacock in that one. I'm so excited for those colors coming back. This makes me think that we're coming up on 5 years since we've had our last big color refresh, and I think we're having one with the next annual catalog. We'll learn more in March, I believe, when they tell us what's going on with these colors that are returning. So that's the paper. This is the stamp set. I'm going to bring this back in here. This is the stamp set that is part of the suite, and you can see these flowers are included, and the leaves are also in the stamp set, as are the little speckles, and then it's got some nice sentiments, and then there are dies, and there are dies that cut out flowers, and yes, they do match up with the flowers, and leaves. Those cut out leaves on various things, and these are what I'm really excited about. Let me see what I can do well, right on there shows it pretty well, doesn't it? And then this one, if I move these, you can see that one's a circle one. I love that. I love those. I'm excited to play with them. Yep. So stamp set and dies in a bundle, and the paper that coordinates, and then there's also embellishments. Good morning. We've got Roseanne and Gladys and Paula and Jenny. Thanks for joining me, everybody. And then these are, what do they call them? Loose frosted dots. And they are frosted and they are loose. They don't have any adhesive on the back, but we should be able to use little dots of glue, or with the bigger ones, I think some mini glue dots to put them on. And they are in Flirty Flamingo, Daffodil Delight, and Pretty Peacock. Oh, just so excited about that Pretty Peacock. So let me show you a couple other things that I got. I guess maybe just The other thing I got from that pre-order were the embossing folders. I love embossing folders. I love ones that emboss pretty regular backgrounds. And these, hopefully, because they're online, hopefully they're going to be around for quite a while, not retire quite as quickly, and they can become sort of basics. I was hoping for something even much more like the subtle embossing folder, or even the not painted texture, oh, the textile, yeah, whichever the textile. This one could be pretty good to be pretty subtle, just to add texture to some background. And then this one has sort of a starburst pattern. So yeah, I like the dots. I like all of them. I think they're going to be nice to have. That's why I got them. But I'm going to put those aside. I don't think I'm going to use those today. I have kind of thought out a card to do with some of the Hello Irresistible products. So how am I going to start? I'm going to start by showing you the papers I'm going to use. Let's see. I'm going to cut some flowers from that one. And I'm going to cut some leaves from that one. Now, one of the things that doesn't make it hard, well, is a little challenge, is that I don't have the Pretty Peacock or Lost Lagoon inks or papers right now because they haven't come out yet. I'm hoping in March they will go ahead and release those to order as well, since they will release some products with them. Anyhow, and then this paper I'm going to use as a little bit of a background. And I actually did do a little bit of prep ahead of time, so let me show you what I've come up with. I've got a base, a square card base of Petal Pink, and then I cut a square of that paper to go on there, and I'm going to layer that on there. And then I'm going to add some of the flowers and leaves and a sentiment. So I have to tell you, this cuts like a dream. You know, some of the detailed ones where you have to sit there and mess with them, run it through multiple times, or really work to get the little bits out, they all just fell out everywhere. So the biggest challenge is going to be vacuuming up all the bits, I think, in the end. So I'm happy about that. So I think what I want to do is I'm going to try popping this up on here. Let me get some dimensionals. I've got my regular ones and my mini ones. And I've cut the square of DSP just a hair smaller than this, so that hopefully it is pretty easy to get on without having it show through. This leaf paper, Roseanne? Oh no, sorry, Paula. Or that one. I think that one's really pretty with the, but I can't talk this morning. With the colors that blend into each other. Okay. I'm going to stand up to do this so that I can see head on. hopefully get it nice and straight. There we go. Yep. Good. Now I'm going to put it on here. And again, let's try to get it nice and straight. I do find that if I put things square on my grid paper, it just helps my eye get everything square, which is why I always use grid paper. And why I like my liquid glue, because it helps me have a little wiggle room to play with it. Okay, there. Now I'm going to set that aside for a moment and bring in my cut and emboss machine. And let's see about cutting out a couple flowers. One, and I dropped my die. There we go. It blends right into the carpet in here. And that's really close, isn't it? Yes, I think a shaker card with that would be really cool. And I think that's the smaller flower. And yes, I'm using the partial. I think that's going to work nicely on this card, but we will see. Probably should have grabbed my mini cut and emboss, but we'll survive. And let's do some leaves. We can come back and do some more if we need them. Start with that. Get that out of the way. And I think I'm going to go ahead and stamp a sentiment. Oh, those didn't cut so well, but that'll be good enough for this. Okay, so I haven't mounted these up yet, but that's okay. I'm just going to use this hello, at least to start with. I'm going to use Flirty Flamingo. have this scrap of soft sea foam, I think. Let's see how this works here. Yeah. Let's see how that works. Okay, so I'm going to bring this back in and start playing and see how my vision pans out here. Come here. Oh my goodness. Well, it'll take a minute to figure that out exactly. I'm pretty happy with that. So, I'm going to do that. And that. Yeah, I think I like it better turned that way. So I'm just making sure I've got that cut edge covered. There we go. Get that on the card a little more. And let's see about using some of these dots, shall we? I think that needs a dimensional under it. There we go. Come here. Nope, not there. Yep. Okay, so question is, can I get a small enough? I think so. Yeah. I know this is supposed to be what that fine tip glue is for, but I find it so runny that I don't find it easier than this. There we go. What I'm doing is I'm just getting that glue right at the tip and then just touching it where I want it, and it gets just a tiny little dot, and that it's going to be just enough, I think, to hold it. That may have been a little too little, but let's see how that goes. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside, and I have for the inside a square, and I think what I'm going to do, that says hello, and I think I'm going to put this one, which says, I couldn't be happier to have you as my friend. Let's make sure it's facing the right way up. Been doing a lot of friendship cards recently. There we go. I think my ink pad needs a little more ink on it, but it works just fine for today. So a lot of our embellishments do have the glue dots already applied on the back. They're self-adhesive, and yes, they are easier in many ways, but as Roseanne said, it'll be fun to make a shaker card with this and the little dots. So I'm not terribly upset. There. And if I wanted to, I could stamp a flower in there too, but it's a little card. I think we'll just leave it like that. So, and that glue has done the trick. They are on there. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with the whole thing, I think. So, that's what I have for you today. Thank you for joining me. I will be back same time, same place next week. Very excited. Our son and his girlfriend arrive Friday morning here, and we're going to be fresh back from doing a little road trip when I join you next week. So I may be able to tell you a bit about that, and I will see you then. Have a great week. Bye-bye.